What if I told you? Dexter Morgan's return isn't the redemption story fans were promised. It's the beginning of something far darker. Think about it. Season 1 of Dexter. New Blood ended with Harrison pulling the trigger, literally killing his father and walking away into the snowy unknown. For years, we thought that was it. Dexter was gone, his legacy buried under ice and blood. But now, he's back, and not just back. Resurrected. A phrase that should have every fan asking one question: what kind of monster comes back from the dead? I know, you're probably thinking, relax, it's just a TV show. But no. This isn't just some cheap revival cash grab. Every single leaked trailer and breadcrumb dropped for Season 2 of Dexter. Resurrection points to a story that is about to flip the entire narrative of the franchise upside down. And here's the real kicker. Harrison, the boy who killed his father, might be walking directly into the same shadow he tried to escape. So let's not waste time. Let's rip open the body bag and examine the truth behind Dexter's shocking return, the painful flaws in his so-called resurrection, and the forbidden knowledge the network doesn't want fans to figure out too soon. Because trust me, by the end of this breakdown, you'll see that this isn't just a comeback, it's a curse. But first, let's start with the pain point nobody wants to admit. When Dexter was killed off in New Blood, fans were divided. Half of us cried foul, calling it a betrayal of character, a lazy ending that reduced America's favorite antihero into just another corpse. The other half accepted it. After all, Dexter had committed unforgivable crimes. He had manipulated, killed, and destroyed lives while convincing himself he was different. Maybe death was the only fitting closure. But here's the controversial truth: Showtime never planned to let Dexter rest in peace. His death wasn't an ending. It was a setup. And Season 2 proves it. The resurrection doesn't just undo Harrison's final choice, it turns it into the ultimate trap. Think about the trauma Harrison now carries. He murdered his father to escape his legacy, only for that legacy to claw its way back, stronger, hungrier, and darker than before. And let's be honest, we're all obsessed with it. Because deep down, every Dexter fan is guilty of the same thought. We don't really want him to be gone. We want the monster back in the room. We want to see if Harrison becomes the hunter or the hunted. We want to know how far Dexter's curse spreads. And that's why Showtime knew they could bring him back. And that's why you're watching this video right now. Now, before I reveal the secrets buried in the final setup, and how Season 2's trailer quietly confirms Dexter's new role as both ghost and guide, I need to ask you one thing. If you're the kind of fan who's addicted to forbidden knowledge, if you want the deeper breakdowns no one else dares to cover, then hit that subscribe button right now. Because trust me, what's coming next will make you question whether Harrison is even the true protagonist anymore. Alright, let's keep digging. Season 2 doesn't just pick up after Dexter's death, it weaponizes it. The leaked episode titles, especially the finale rumored as The Devil You Know, suggest Dexter's presence is not physical, but psychological. A haunting. But don't make the mistake of thinking this is some cheesy ghost vision storyline. No. Dexter's resurrection isn't supernatural. It's worse. It's mental. Harrison is carrying his father's voice, his father's code, his father's darkness, inside his head. Think about the opening of Season 2. Harrison wakes up in New York, blood on his hands. Not real blood, but imagined. A phantom echo of his father whispering about the code, about the rules of survival. That's not closure. That's infection. Dexter's ghost isn't Harrison's conscience. It's his parasite. The same parasite that once convinced Dexter he could kill and still call himself a hero. And here's where it gets twisted. Harrison isn't just haunted, he's tempted. Remember when Dexter justified every murder by calling it justice? Harrison is about to learn that same seductive logic. Only difference, Harrison isn't a scientist. He isn't a forensics expert. He's a scared, angry teenager with raw trauma and no discipline. That makes him more dangerous than Dexter ever was. Because while Dexter followed the code, Harrison might just rewrite it. Let's pause for a second. Imagine this Harrison, in the middle of New York City, the largest hunting ground in America, with his father's voice echoing in his ear. Would he target criminals, abusers, or would he slip? Would he kill someone innocent? Maybe even someone he loves? And more importantly, would he even care? That's the forbidden truth hiding in plain sight. Dexter's resurrection isn't about bringing him back. It's about showing us how impossible it is to escape him. The code, the darkness, the obsession. It's generational. It's a virus. And Harrison is already infected. Here's the secret no one wants to admit: Dexter never really died. Yes, Harrison put a bullet in him, but Dexter's true weapon was never his body, it was his code. And that code, it's alive and well, now living inside Harrison like a forbidden virus. Think about the genius of this setup. For 8 seasons, we followed Dexter as he carved a path through Miami's worst predators. He had control. He had rules. He had that icy, meticulous precision that made him untouchable for so long. But Harrison, he's chaos. He's raw instinct. And the scariest part? He doesn't fully understand what he's becoming. And let me throw a dangerous question your way: what happens when the code itself evolves? When Harrison bends it to fit his own narrative, his own rage, his own desires. Imagine Dexter's so-called dark passenger, mutating into something that doesn't even care about justice anymore. Only satisfaction. That's the forbidden knowledge Showtime is teasing us with, and it's the reason this season could end up more terrifying than anything Dexter himself ever did. Now, some of you might be thinking, wait, so Dexter is just a hallucination? And sure, on the surface, that's what the leaks suggest. But if you believe that's all there is, you're missing the real trick. Harrison's visions of Dexter aren't random. They're calculated. They're traps set by his subconscious, guiding him toward darker and darker choices until there's no turning back. Dexter isn't haunting him. He's grooming him. Even in death, Dexter is sculpting his son into something far worse.